I hope we have been listening to the satsangs from yesterday, today.
I've been listening to your satsang since 3 years now.
So, what is it that I've been saying? Have I not been saying the same thing? That you need to be free of this cycle of coming and going.
Yes.
And this is the aim.
Okay.
So, it's not only the Kriya. Any sadhana that you do is meant to finally stop this cycle. Only if you don't like this cycle. If you love this cycle, come as many times as you... I was once talking to, having a satsang near the river Bethua river in Madhya Pradesh. We were all sitting on the rocks and talking. Small group. Circus had not yet started. So it was a very small group. And we are discussing it. And we called it Satsang on the Rocks. So, and one lady asked me, she said, I can't understand this obsession with not wanting to come back. I want to come back because I enjoy my food. And this is the lady whose husband has been paralyzed for 3-4 years on a wheelchair, and she's looking after him, and she has all the suffering in the world. She wants to come back. So, it's pointless if you want to be free, if you still feel you want to come back. If you feel you don't want to, well, then that's what it leads to.
Okay. So I don't need to worry about 3rd, 4th, 5th level of Kriya.
But why would you do all that?
Because that's what people said, that you have to have the final secret Kriya to finally ascend and not come back. So that's
Look,
why.
there's only one secret. The secret is, the whole secret is found in your own self. There's no other secret. And of course, there are some major kriyas which you would probably learn, and there are some minor kriyas which may be added or may not be added. It's not required. It's for the teacher to decide whether one needs anything. One need not say, because I don't have that kriya, I have not attained moksha. No. So there is a simple kriya by which you can go right up to the top. You don't... Okay, so sit down. I need to finish this. No, major question, he doesn't want to come back. I'm glad. I won't be with you there. Don't look for more and more techniques. It doesn't work that way. Whatever you have, stay centered on that. More than enough for you. And if you have a teacher, the teacher knows what you need. And that will be given to you. You don't have to look, you know what I mean. That's what I meant by window shopping, not otherwise. You can go and explore, no harm. But more and more techniques. It's like Walmart. I have one thing here. I go, it's like, so, many of you must have heard of this great yogi called Lahari Mahasaya. India, so everybody knows, not everybody, some people don't know. So, Lahari Mahasaya Lahari was a great yogi. I think one of the great yogis of all time. So he had he also practiced Kriya Yoga, for your information. I'm not saying because of that, but yes. And he had a disciple who was a very learned professor. So he gave him the Kriya technique. I'm going to give you much more, so I don't ask for more than that. He gave him the simple Kriya technique, which we call Hamsa. Hamsa technique. It's a very simple technique. If you cannot do the whole Kriya, you can just do it Hamsa. And people having done Hamsa have gone right up to the stage where they don't have to come back also. You don't have to add anything. So, this is the first step they give in Kriya. So, Lahari Mahasaya gave him this professor the Kriya. Hamsa Kriya. He practiced it for 3 weeks. And then he came back. And he kept asking him, when are you going to give me the next Kriya? Again he came back after 4 weeks. When are you going to give me the next Kriya? So Lahari Mahasaya had a technique which I can't do. If somebody asks a question which he doesn't want to, he'll just keep quiet. I can't do that. So he kept quiet. And then one day when the professor had come and he had just asked the same question, when will you give me the next Kriya technique? There was a postman, mailman, who was given the Hamsa at the same time as the professor. So the mailman, his name was Brinda. So Brinda appeared with his bag of mail. And the professor had just asked the question and Masha was quiet. Then when Brinda came, he said, "Hey Brinda, come here." So he asked him, "When shall I give you the next step in Kriya?" And Brinda put both his hands up. He said, "Please don't give me anything more. I can't handle this." He says, "Now in the morning when I wake up and do my Hamsa and come out, my neighbors have begun to think that I start drinking from the morning. Because I can't walk, I'm tottering. A powerful intoxication goes up my spine and I don't know what to do with this. I'm thinking of resigning from the job because I can't anymore deliver letters. And you're asking me, when shall I give you the second? Please keep it with yourself. I'll tell you." So Lahari Mahasaya told the professor, "You heard?" And hopefully he got the message. So it's not that... As we are on the subject, I told you that when the breath becomes still, then the soul is free. The mind is free. Because when the breath is quiet, there is no movement in the mind. Can't be artificially done by holding your breath. But there is a state where it happens by itself. It may happen for short, maybe 1 minute, half a minute sometimes, when you're not doing any breathing or any pranayam. Suddenly everything is still. There's no inhalation, there's no exhalation. That's when your mind becomes still and goes deep within. We call it the Kevala Kumbhak. But great yogis who have been doing Kriya for a long time can also stop breathing. Don't try it. If you want to try it, then do all your insurance and everything properly. Write down the nominee in the bank account and so on. So anyway, why I'm going to, again, since we are on the Lahari Mahasaya subject, I want to tell you what happened once to Lahari Mahasaya. So his very dear friend, his old friend's son, became a doctor. So he was going to join the medical service in Banaras. So his father told him that when you go to Banaras, please go and meet my friend, dear friend Lahari. Take his blessings, he's a holy man. He didn't know anything about it. He's a holy man. And then go join your service. So he said, okay. So he went with his doctor's bag and so on, and was allowed to go into Lahari Mahasaya's parlour, where he was sitting as usual, cross-legged. So he went to him and he said, "Sir, I'm so-and-so's son. My father said to take your blessings, and I'm going to join the medical college here in the hospital." So Lahari Mahasaya, very good. Okay, he said, blessings. And then he said, "So according to you doctors, what are the signs of death?" He said, a strange question, this guy. And he didn't know anything because not even wearing a shirt, sitting with a dhoti like this. So he said, well, sir, first the breath stops, heart stops beating, no pulse, and after a while the solar plexus also gets cold. Then we say somebody is clinically dead. You watch for a while and say he's clinically dead. Oh, he said, so have you got your stats and all those things? Yes. Okay, he said, now I'm going to sit here quietly. Can you test me out? He said, okay. So Maharshi took 2 breaths, became still. The guy waited for a while, then he put the stat. No heartbeat. He tried again 3 times. It can't stop for so long. So no heartbeat. Okay? No pulse. He said, what is going on? So then he waited for some time and he touched the solar plexus and the head. Everything has become cold, completely cold. He still waited for a few minutes. Then he started shouting. He said, this man is dead. He said, but he couldn't understand why he sat down and died. But this man is dead. The entire family came in and said, can you stop shouting? He'll come back after a while. So we are quite accustomed to this, don't worry. Yeah. So after about 10 minutes, nobody dies and comes. 10 minutes, then he came back. Then this man said, no, what just now happened? I can't place this. He said, the medical profession has to study more about these things. Good, blessing, go and practice. Mm-hmm. So, why I'm saying this is that the breath is key to this. When you have the breath with you, you can do anything. You can direct it where you want, you can do what you want. You go closer to that being who operates the breath and switches it off when you say you're dead.